Aaron, did you think that ball off Harrison's bat had a chance?
I thought it was going to hang up, just knowing where in the park he hit it. I felt like it was probably going to hang up. Getting drizzly like that, it's still a challenging going after it. So kind of hoping, but my immediate reaction just based on where he hit it and knowing he didn't get all of it, I thought maybe it was going to hang up.
Was that a double steal with Stanton up in the ninth?
With Peraza?
Yeah, with Peraza and Glaber.
It's Glaber's got to read that behind, but you got to be certain as that trail runner there.
Tommy Kahnle has not been the same pitcher since the All-Star break. What do you think it is when you factor in the randomness of inherited runners for sure, but overall, just his performance?
Yeah, I think today it looked like he just lacked some depth to his pitches. That's what I noticed today. Like when he's really good, it's that, he's got great arm speed and great deception with his changeup, and usually he's got that kind of just that. And almost from the side sometimes will look like a splitter or a forkball. So probably not quite the depth and maybe a little bit of less arm speed on it, making it a little bit more. Like today I thought he was a little, his pitches looked a little vulnerable, where a couple of his outings I feel like have been a little bit wonky. Today I thought he was a little off maybe.
What'd you think of King's start?
I thought he was good. Yeah, I thought he threw the ball well. Sprayed it a little bit, but I thought he did a good job of using his mix too. Used his four seam and his two seam to both sides of the plate to go with the slider, and I thought he worked some of those pitches together well. But I thought another good outing for him.
Laura.
Just given some of Kahnle's struggles with men on base, I think he's allowed 8 of 9 inherited runners to score. What made you go to him in that position?
And we're at the back end of our bullpen. That you're going to have points of the season where that happens. But we're set up there with Tommy, Lowe, Clay there to close it out, and I was comfortable doing that.
Dan.
And with Clay, I know there was some soft contact there, but it's 3 of 4 he's been scored upon. Is there any trend that you're seeing from him?
I think Clay's been a little bit unlucky, and today's clear of that. First and second, chopper to short second, they beat it out, and then the chopper down the line. He lost I don't know, just being wet, maybe lost the breaking ball where he hit the guy. He's had a walk in each of those outings. That's kind of hurt him, but I feel like overall he's throwing the ball well and's got, victimized by a little bit of the ground ball. The first ball that goes through there, Oswald's got to honor the bunt, so he's in, and it's kind of hits sharp and turns into a tough play where he goes to the ground to try and get himself a hop, and the ball kind of stayed down on him. So today was a little bit of it not bouncing his way, which can happen every now and then with sinker baller, right? But I don't feel like, even though he's had a few of those out, and this isn't to me where, we've times last year were a couple times where he's struggling. I feel like he's throwing the ball pretty well.
And you talked before the game about the importance of getting a series win, and to come up short there now, another long road trip. Is there just a sense of frustration with that you guys can't get over that hump of turning the corner?
Well, yes, but we got to move on too. Talking about winning a series, for 9 days there we couldn't win a game. So, I thought we swung the bats well today. Made a couple mistakes that show up in this game, and I thought. Big G's at bat with that first and third where he scalds it to the second baseman. That's a game where it's almost like you got a chance to put it away and kind of doesn't bounce your way. We got to keep going. The guys competed well, and I thought gave really good at bats to their back end of the bullpen, who are pretty quality developing back end. So. Yeah, it's frustrating you couldn't finish it off, especially when you got a lead and the back end of the bullpen's coming. So, but we got to move on. We got a tough trip starting tomorrow.
It's only one series, but what are your biggest takeaways from watching Pereira now for for 3 games in person.
Yeah, I think, Corbin had his number today. I think, first of all, executed really well and kind of had him guessing a little bit. And, Corbin, his bread and butter is to get you to chase down in the zone, and then he can freeze you. So kind of had his number, but I liked what he took into that final at bat after having a tough day. It's like you got to keep playing. There's another, and I thought he put together a really good at bat when he hit the double in his last at bat. I think he's been under control for the most part, and excited about to see him continue to go.
Just going back to the second inning with the 2 outs on the bases. In your team's defense, there's a lot of teams that are having runners advance to third on balls hit the outside. Why is it happening so much?
Yeah, I mean, it's, I think because it comes from a place of working hard at second to try and get that good jump off the bat, right? You want to be able to get that good read, get that good jump. But obviously, there's a little nuance to it, and you got to make sure you see the ball through. I will say this: I think I said it before. Like, it is happening a lot in our game. It happened a lot when I played too, because when I played, I'd see it all the time, and I go, and it was the same thing. Like, man, it's happening all the time, and it's just one of those plays where I think guys are working so hard to get a good jump that they get themselves in trouble in no man's land, and it's a bad play. And we got, I talked to Higgy about it, and it's happened to Higgy twice now. And it's one of those things that you got to strike that balance between knowing, of course you want to get a good jump, but you got to take a beat to know exactly where the ball is. I am comfortable thinking his thought process on where the guys were. But in his haste, you just go, and it's obviously something we got to do better.